Just do your own time. You serve your sentence in your head. There ain't no finish line. Call no man happy till he's dead. There's a pressure behind my soul. I can feel it in my bones. There's a storm coming.
All right, and welcome. I'm going to fix what's showing up on that right now. I am Michael, pronouns he, him, and I will be GMing Ars Magica, Reign of Spring tonight. If we want to go through and introduce yourselves.
I'm Sarah. I'm going to be playing Lear, who is half water fae person and a mage.
Hello, I am Nessa. I will be playing Pen. She, her for both. Pen is a 8-foot-tall giantess, social weirdo, and lover of swans and werewolves.
Hi, I'm Steve. I think I'm next. I am playing the mage Zalden, who is back from Tiger Business and will be helping the party.
I still like to believe that you came back like 30 minutes later.
Hey, gang, I'm all done with my Tiger Business. Hi, my name is Ibrahim. I will be playing Salim, and I am also a mage. Shocker. Yeah, I want to know what Tiger Business is. I would like a report on my desk by Monday, please.
All right, Ars Magica is a game about mages and the people in the covenant in which they live. The players often play multiple different characters. Today, however, I mean, granted, there'll be probably another couple characters that they'll be taking over here and there, but we have all of their mages. If you want to, I don't know, Steve, you said you watched what we had up last time, or you saw part of it?
I watched like the first 20 minutes and intended to go back and then never did.
Do we want to catch Steve up on what happened last time?
Please do.
So we were all at our place, our keep. An old-ass man came to visit us for non-nefarious reasons. And remains to be seen, but we'll see. Told us about this place that he had grown up for a little bit, where he was a student mage. He was also magic, and that that was like also somebody else's, witch area. And he was like, and it was destroyed by demons. Plus, there's a lot of Viz there. I know it's pronounced differently. I will continue to say Viz. They should spell it differently if they want me to say it differently.
Okay.
And we were like, this sounds interesting. Let's throw ourselves in head first and go see some demons. And basically, we just did that. That's basically it, right? We chatted with him, decided on going, went there, did a little bit of recon, and then I think the last we saw of any of us, we were standing and we saw a bunch of weird ass, definitely demon dogs. I think near the barn.
I believe they were inside.
Yeah, the northern barn.
The northern barn.
Which he said that's the way to get in.
This old man, Father Diam, also gave us quite a few glass flowers of Weiss. And he's been having visions ever since the infernal assault 70 years ago. Or excuse me, I don't know if he's been having visions since that, but there was an infernal assault 70 years ago, and he's been having intermittent visions.
Because especially recently, he's seen them kind of pouring out of this area. Also, one thing I did look up, Weiss, and there are stores of Weiss. You can decide if you wanted to bring some with you. Weiss is raw magic that is put into a physical form that we refer them as pawns. Each pawn of Whis that you use actually raises up your casting total.
Okay.
So it does it by, I think it's +2 per casting score per pawn, which the most you can use is whatever the highest of that. Maximum number of pawns is your score in the art, whatever art, form or technique that particular thing of Whis is. So we have there's some things in the. If you wanted to have some with you just in case, if you want to check in the Covenant, there are some stores there. There is also a little thing for each of you where you would be pulling some Whis from each, like once a year. You can decide what art you want that to be about. I know we talked about the crystal fish for Sarah. Those are Aquam Whis, and the rest of you, that's about halfway down on the possessions tab.
In Apana Maria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Position.
There's the
Oh,
fish.
new viz.
New.
Well, there's the raw, then right up above the raw there are the sources. Those are the sources. You can determine which. This is one you would have bought if you were going through and knew all the stuff. You can determine what the what art is for your specific one, and then beyond that, we've got some other ones in there. So
Okay.
each of you have a source that you are responsible for.
Oh, I see.
The same way that in the spring, I think the summer rather, Sarah goes and gets the crystal fish to get the Aquam Whis. So there would have been 5 from there from last time.
So is that preset, or were we supposed to have determined which
You can
Whis
determine
source?
what those sources are now. Like if you just wanted to determine what the actual there's a little thing for harvesting. Sarah, do me a favor. Do you have that up?
Yeah.
Click on the little harvest button. I'm gonna see where if it appears down under new Whis. Oh, it does. It appears under the new Whis. For everyone else, if you want to determine, you said which art you wanted to go with, and if you have an idea of what you want it to be, it would be a thing you go and pick up. Like there's one of the things here where the crystal flower appears, like it blooms during I think the spring, and the other Whis source that is in the Ignum Whis source that is here is one that doesn't appear until. Let me just double check where that's at. It's one that will not appear for a little longer. I think here we go. The Ignum is in the summer. Basically, 2 streams form into a rock, and then you get like a little boiling whirlpool that will appear essentially on the central day of the season. It'll be there for 3 days before it dissipates. So that will be like boiling water that is infused with Ingam, the fire Whis.
So every 5 items of Whis give us we can harvest them.
No, it just means like the particular sources you have, that is that will give you 5. So at this point, everybody would be able to put down 1 thing. If you just want to determine also which season that you get those off in. So I think Steve chose animal. I don't know if Nessa or Ibrahim. You often want to choose one that goes along with like your the form and such art or technique you use most often.
Okay.
I mean,
I will select something.
I think animal. I think, yeah, most animal stuff goes on in the spring.
Yeah.
So we'll do spring, and then viz a source. What is my source?
Like if you want to determine what it is, like it might be there might be a specific thing you have to hunt, or it might be droppings of magical animals. It'll be something that comes from some sort of a magical animal. For Sarah, it is those particular sort of crystal fish that appear for a short period of time in the summer. I said one here. There's the flower for herbum that appears, that is a glass flower in this particular field that sprouts in the sun, that blooms in the spring and will last throughout the season, can be harvested whenever. Yeah, so you can just decide what that is, and if you want to click the harvest icon so that each of you will have get 1 over the last year.
Okay.
But
all right, I'll I'll fill the rest of that out, but I'll just click the harvest.
So
thing.
y'all were at the the village that is kind of off to the upper right. You went away because you didn't want to necessarily with nighttime coming. You didn't necessarily want to kind of deal with maybe whatever was going up with the dogs that seemed to be
Not good.
yeah the dogs themselves. When you saw them, I forgot the description. Had sort of you had the dogs themselves, and then it was almost as if sort of almost on top of them you had like large black shaggy dogs with bat-like ears, silver gray venom dripping from wicked-looking fangs. These are definitely not your standard looking dogs.
One might call them demon dogs or demodogs.
I'm Doug Dimmadome.
Doug demodog.
Don't mean dog. You get goddamn dim dogs out there with a thing and thing.
I want to do a Doug Dimmadome cosplay one of these days.
I'm Doug Dimmadome with a Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Okay. If I think about that, I'm gonna be too busy laughing to play. Yes.
Yeah,
where's the village? Is it up to the right?
It's
Like
the
northeast?
where it says the town.
town.
Yeah, up towards
Okay.
the northeast. Like you had gone there to this very small village to sort of wait out the night, and it is the next morning. People wake up. Those who are in the barn, or some of them just sleeping in the, because you brought with you 10 men-at-arms. You also have, they figured Thordak would probably be coming with. Each of you also has 2 shield grogs. So the nice thing is,
Okay.
if battle and such happens, the way things work with group combat is you kind of are able to use like up to 6 of them. They use the attack defense totals have to be relatively close. One of them is the one that will sort of take more of the hits, and the leader is able to basically get a group bonus. Some of the group's combat abilities, the maximum is 3 times leader's leadership to either attack or defense, and you get to choose which each round. So essentially, if you've got 2 groups of 5, they kind of work as one. It's just what happens is you're sort of splitting wounds over like several people, and if they're trained to work together, they get like a pretty good bonus.
Okay. Right. So we are all together though. So can we just proceed to the barn?
Mm-hmm.
Before we do that, does anyone have any magic that they should be using before this kicks off?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. As you head back towards the area, there is like I said, that the road that kind of goes all the way around, and then he takes you from there kind of towards the barn. You cross over the bridge. You can see the barn in the distance. There's a fairly large hole in the side of it. Like this thing looks like it's been on the verge of collapse, possibly for quite some time. You are not currently seeing from where you're at. You're not seeing any dogs sort of outside right now. Doesn't mean they're not in there. They could be in the woods or something. But at this point, it is a little quiet.
All right. I'm going to look to Zaldin and inquire. Do you think that demon dogs burn?
Well, I'm not quite sure about that. I would assume everything burns, but that is a good question. Why specifically burning?
Everybody burns.
Is there any way
Everybody cries.
Is there any way to like acknowledge that? Like,
Well, I mean, the thing is, there is some truth to the thing that everybody burns, unless. Do any of you have infernal lore?
Think
God
so.
no.
No,
Oh.
that would have been useful though.
Yeah, who knows what until you know more about them. There was you have no idea. There's all sorts of magical creatures. There's all sorts of demons. There's all sorts of fae. Like it is kind of impossible to know what they are unless it's something you're already kind of aware of.
Okay.
I only ask because, well, we have them, as far as we know, confined to a barn currently, so it seems logical that we might flush them out with a bit of fire.
Should
wanna
we
flush them out?
surround the barn?
Do we want to flush them out or we want to kill them?
Well, if they burn in the barn, that's a win. If they survive, then at least we won't have to go into the barn and face them in confined quarters.
Diam
Well-
speaks up because the only thing I need from the barn really is there's a passageway underneath it. Stone. It's one that shouldn't be a problem for burning.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast a spell now. Should I be calling out my spell casts or just telling you what I do with them?
I mean,
I don't
what do you mean calling out your spellcasts?
like. Should I be? Okay. So, like in this instance, I want to cast my oil slick spell. Is there any benefit to like telling them in fiction before I do that so that they can do so? Like we're not in
all the
danger
players.
here.
So yeah, what is
Yeah.
what's the range on it?
Hold on. The range on oil field is where'd it go? Okay, target room duration sun range voice.
You'll need to get relatively close to cast it on there because it'll go within sort of the sound of your voice,
Oh,
which means
Scream.
yeah. Can I shout really loud?
it will help a little bit. Here, just a moment. Loud is about 50 paces. We're talking it's about 150 feet. So you are kind of like in the woods now. You could get closer, but you'll be in the opening to get to a point where your voice could work. So if you go loud, loud is about 50 paces. Firm is about 15. Because there is like you do get extra bonuses if you cast loud and with exaggerated gestures.
Loud and exaggerated.
So
Okay.
You're forceful.
Yeah.
It does work.
I'm going to do that. I'm just gonna start walking towards the barn until I get to about 50 paces.
All right, dude, make a stealth roll real quick.
Cool.
Ooh, bad.
Well, it could be fine. We don't know. Do I have a stealth ability? No.
If not, roll with dex.
Okay. I'm just trying to double check, make sure I didn't miss anything. No, it's not there.
I have stealth. Nice.
Doesn't help me.
Ooh, 2.
Okay. As you are
Yeah, they see you.
as you're making your way through, like you have just left kind of the confines of the forest itself, and a moment later, there's just this head, and again, like sort of pokes its way out of the hole, one of the holes in the side of it, just sort of sees you, and then you can hear looks like deep, like growl underneath it, and you're seeing other things starting to move behind it in the shadows.
How far am I?
You may want to like sprint if you want to try to make it happen a little
I'm
faster.
sprinting.
All right, go ahead. Make your athletics. You're going to take a moment. We'll see kind of
Fuck.
a little bit how far you get there. So, yeah, the rest of you see Salim start to just haul ass. Y'all are kind of like towards the woods and such.
I would like to haul ass as close to Salim as I can, to the point that
Well, so some
is
of
it possible to ready an action essentially?
What do you mean by?
Like I only want to cast the spell if something gets close enough. I don't want to be charging into it. I would like to cast Blunt the Wolf's Teeth if something gets within voice range of Salim.
You're just sort of ready if necessary.
Yeah.
You also at this
I'm doing
point,
a dex roll then.
the moment you start rolling, also some of the veterans start like hauling ass. All right, that's
5. Okay.
Yeah, as you're on your way out, there's this, and you see 3 of them, like, start to make their way kind of out towards you. Yeah, you're like you got a couple of the. Let's make a thing for the guards real quick. They're a bit further away than you are. Oh, damn it! Sorry. Let me. Oh wait, I can just click on them up here. So you'll notice I put the grizzled veterans in like 3 groups because that's how the groups are fighting right now. So we will be able to. All right, like they are like as you're sprinting. The thing is, you got like a pretty good stamina. You, however, do not have the like the training of a soldier and the amount of times they've had to run. So they are on you relatively quickly. As the dogs themselves. So let's see how far. Whoops.
Natural 16. Oh, no, 13.
They are going
We're
to be
doing quite well.
They're going to be kind of close to you before, like the dogs will kind of be on you a little bit right now before the veterans. So first, I'm assuming as you get close, as they're getting close to you, what do you do? Like you notice at one point they are gonna they're rushing towards you.
So I guess on the first day that we had been there, did we get a sense of how many there were? Because what I'm wondering is, we got 3 coming out right now. How many are still left in there?
You saw like 3 or 4 kind of like out and wandering, but making their way back in. But you don't know how many more are inside.
Well, I don't know if there's a point to this then. How far are the dogs from? The dogs are like almost on me.
Well, there's a point like you realize as quickly as they're moving.
Yeah.
You might be able to you'll be able to do something on the way while you're running.
Okay. Decision time. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to just drop the oil field as close as I think I can get it to the barn without missing the dogs. So I am aiming for where the dogs will be in a moment here.
Okay. And as I recall, like how big is the oil field it creates?
Hold on. It says target room. Does that mean that it is approximately the size of a room?
Yeah, like with you'll have like a decent. It doesn't have to literally be a room. Base target size. A group is 10 individuals, or enough for 100 individuals. Like it's like a good size room that you're able to.
Wait, a room that's big enough for 100 people? Is that what it's at?
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's if the target size go up. So yeah, room it'll be somewhat decent size. Let me just double check real quick. But the thing is, like you can make it big enough outside here that you can definitely catch them. And if you're not going to get the barn itself, it will probably be on fire pretty quick, and you will also have a good amount of fire.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and cast oil field.
Base room is large enough for 100 standard individuals.
Oh,
so
that's
like a room.
That's a big room.
Oh, yeah, that's massive.
Base room is large enough for 100 standard individuals with some squashing.
Oh, okay. So like elbow room
fire
only.
code.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So like if you have like a classroom and it's one of those double classrooms with the dividers, I think you could cram 100 into it if you remove the divider. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with a loud voice and exaggerated gestures. English, work with me here.
Hey,
22.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
That's almost what I need.
I'll say something we may want to change. So just double checking. You actually do need a room for that. But that's the same thing. There works for group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, you talked about not necessarily using this indoors so much. I think you might want to make that group instead of room.
Okay. I will make that modification.
Yeah.
Aren't they about the same? Just
like I think they're the same cost, right?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. This is one of those things as we learn the thing that we can make that. We can start getting that down. So how did you do on the roll?
22.
Oh, shit. So yours it creates the oil field. Now for your oil field, Flammable oil. So yeah,
If you can't make
the
it,
rest
if
of you
you
see like the oil as it starts to like spread out from everyone there. However, does someone else want to light it on fire?
I absolutely can light it on fire.
Yeah.
Be my guest.
Shake and bake, baby. Shake
It's
and
Yeah,
bake.
Steve's job.
All right. Yeah. Cool. We are gonna use a loud voice and exaggerated gestures because why not? And you just see Zalden step forward, stream of infernum, as a blast of fire shoots out of his hand.
Okay,
Stress die, right?
one quick thing first.
Yeah. What's up?
Go to your vitals and let's see if you can get before the dogs. I'm gonna give
Oh,
them.
God.
Oh,
I'm
me?
the basically to see before the dogs get to Ibrahim.
Oh, my
Hey,
vitals.
if it
However,
doesn't, still burn it.
I just rolled a botch. It's like if they're rolling, they start to slip on. They start to slip on
Ooh.
the oil as that
Okay.
is coming out there. So just go ahead and roll your initiative just in case you also slip and fall on your ass.
Oh,
Come on,
or
fall on your ass.
me or Ibrahim?
You, I mean, you roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh, roll initiative. Okay.
Stress die, obviously. 8.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, as you rush forward and make your
All
way.
right.
For
Stress die. My spell is sight, so
Mhm.
I don't know how that matters much, but I don't have to get as close. Stress die. Did it roll?
Did something else pop up? I'm not seeing.
Well, let me try it again. Stress die. Okay, there we go.
Fuck
Ooh.
yeah.
27.
Well, my guy.
And those do plus 10 damage to target. So I'm not sure how that works.
So yeah, we got two things. One, we got that amount of fire. I'm assuming. Are you just hitting one of them to also light up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that one, go ahead and roll a D10 stress die, and then you're going to add 10 to it for kind of the amount of damage.
How do I roll
the
a
oil
D10
then does
stress
plus
die?
12. Just roll /roll D10, or I think if everyone wants to look real quick, there's along the bottom there you'll see a thing with several slots in it.
Oh, just add a D10.
You also see the thing with the I think if you click on the browse macro directory, there's one for Ars Magica. There's a display roll data. There is one for putting dice in there. If you go to the compendium for macros.
Compendium for macro. Where's compendium? Compendium packs?
Yeah.
All right. Macros. Okay.
And there'll be a roll die in there. This is also one if y'all want to pull stuff from the from that macro stuff, you can bring in like quick combat, quick magic, quick vitals, and then the roll die. I might recommend throwing those into the thing. I am going.
Where's compendium macros?
Wait, I'm gonna port all of them. There should be. Let me just check. Remember where those go.
Why did it roll for a grizzled veteran instead of me? Whatever. It was a 14.
Okay.
Compendium is up in the upper right, but I think Michael's moving it somewhere.
No, I hit the thing to import it. Check again the macro directory. Yeah, browse macro directory. There's one that just says macros that will have like roll die. There's a couple of them in there twice now. Yeah, if you browse the macros directory, you should see roll die, quick vitals, quick magic, quick combat, stuff like that. Okay. So the 14, we will do this. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, as it lights up. So what's happening as it lights up, suddenly there's a as the entire thing goes alight, and if we bring out the black dogs. So for this one, as it that sucker is now on fire. technically took a kind of a light wound there. Ibrahim, if you want to do the same, roll but add plus 12. And if you want to do that 3 times, as
Okay.
the whole thing catches on fire. And currently you've got a field blazing with flame very quickly, and you can hear some other barking and such in the barn. And the barn itself hasn't quite caught yet, but it is on its way towards it.
Now
Okay,
you
so
know
I'm
how those
rolling
horses felt.
Yeah.
slash roll d10 plus 12.
Yeah, do that 3 times. All right, here, do that once. Let me just do this one, just in case. Because it'll usually. All right, do it again.
Okay, hold on.
I think if you just hit up, or if you hit the up arrow, I think it just puts the last thing in again.
It'll populate.
I think so. I know it does it for commit. Oh shit.
And then one more time.
So let me. So as the fire, as it again goes from it to then more. Yeah, currently as they're all like the flame has hit the dogs, they are all on fire and in kind of a bit of a rough way. Pen and Lear, what are you doing?
Fuck yeah.
Do I need to roll? Because I was running towards Salim,
You
so
were
I
running
feel like
towards Salim,
maybe.
but this is in front of Salim. You've not.
Okay, so
overtaken.
not on fire yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. We'll get there.
Is there a dog that is within yelling distance of me?
As you get kind of closer, some of like the ones on fire will be, yes.
All right, I'm just gonna shout at one of them and be like, "Bad dog," and cast my wolf's teeth spell. Yoink.
All right, go ahead and make your roll, and then Sarah, what are you doing?
I am working on the barn. So I'm gonna cast Burn to the World, which is a 1 second.
Oh, we're a Bernie group of mages.
Yes.
Not me.
Create a corrosive substance doing X level damage, voice, 2 range, duration sun. Target is structure. So I'm going to I want to destroy the barn with the corrosive substance.
You basically like run up so that you are closer with the thing, and it hits the whole structure. All right, so for the wolf's teeth, that's a level 20 spell. Okay, so as you... Oh, wait, shit, did I... Let me make sure I did something. Aura... Oh, the one thing I didn't do, let me just double check. The aura here is... It's a relatively weak aura. So it'll be one... Oh, you got a 28. Okay, I looked at the wrong thing. So 29. So what happens is, what's your penetration?
Mine?
I don't know. Hold on a second.
This is for Nessa.
I mean, we should all know what our penetration is.
Yeah, I think it's just good knowledge to have.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know off the top of my head. I got my concentration.
No, if you, it'll be one of the skills you have. If you want to bring that up and double check it. I just have a thing where I'm not able to click on anything.
That happened to me a moment ago, but it did resolve itself.
Okay.
My penetration is a 3.
A 3. Okay, so when you are going up against anything that is magical, and these things are magical, they're infernal specifically. So your penetration has to beat its might. Now, basically, what penetration is, it is like it's a level 20 spell. Your total is a 28. Oh, that's what the plus 11 is for. Sorry, your total basically penetration is plus 11, which means if they have higher than an 11 might, you do not affect them. It's one of the things that makes like powerful like Fae and other stuff kind of difficult. Okay, I can click on things. I just can't for whatever reason click anything on the map.
So, Michael, you're saying what's important is Ars Magica is to have a lot of penetration.
Penetration is always important.
But a small amount of penetration is fine too. It's not the most important thing. A good personality matters a lot too.
It's not the most important thing, but it is an important thing. It kind of depends on who you're with.
Yes, absolutely.
So in this case, they have a might of 10.
How did you get in here?
Penetration?
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
Okay, stay down there.
Only sharp weapons will be affected. The blended weapon is total damage reduced to half. Damn. So yeah, so one of them. Do you want to have the one that was most heavily damaged, or
well, whichever one was closest.
we'll say probably the one that Steve actually got, the one that's got like right now 2 light wounds. I will just go through real quick, and we will make a note that its bite. What does it say? Does everything in half? And then Sarah, if you want to make your roll for the destroying the structure.
Well, it's also only momentary too.
Total damage. Oh, that probably shouldn't be momentary. That would be because that momentary means, or let me just. Blood weapon has its total damage. Beast may recover from the effects. Because it literally just blunts it. That means it's fine. It recovers from it as if it were a light wound. Over time, it'll come back. So we are good.
Do I need to apply magical focus or have a modifier?
No, you don't have a modifier. Magical focus will often be if you create some magical items. One thing is if you think about kind of spells you want to do, magical items, both the form it takes, staff, ring, bangles, kind of what there's a whole bunch of stuff, and the and what it's made of actually will give you bonuses to certain things. Like I think like a wand gives you like a +4 on if you are like shooting something from it, essentially, if like you're doing like flame or something like that. So that they will have some bonuses. So right now on that one, I'll just make a note that his damage gets cut in half. So he has been hurt. Holy fuck.
Oh boy. You exploded.
You have exploded.
Wow.
And what is the description of Burn Through the Wood? I'm not seeing one in the...
Okay. It's the base level thing is create a corrosive substance doing plus like whatever level damage.
It'll be plus what level spell is it again? It is a level 20 spell. So basically do plus 20. Do me a favor, just go ahead and roll a d10 and then add 20 to it. It'll be a stress die.
Stress die.
The reason if you pull out, so one thing you want to do here is on this map, you want to pull your characters. Sorry for those watching. We are doing a little bit of the How to Do Foundry. If you want to pull your character's icon onto the map, and if you click it, it'll be like when you do those things, that will let it know like you're doing it for this character or this particular thing.
Okay, there I am.
Yeah. So now if you do it,
so now I can roll.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I just hit my character.
Yeah. Just click on your character so it's selected, and then when you do it, you're basically telling Foundry that I am doing it for this. No tokens were selected. So
do we need to drop our token?
Like, how did you get in here?
Yeah, do you have? Does your token have a little outline around it, like a little, probably orange or something outline?
When I click on, I pulled one of the macros into the one slot.
Yeah, that's fine. But click on your character so it lights up.
Okay, character is lit.
Now go ahead.
Now it's lit.
Macro. That should work.
I did. I think I did something wrong. Do I have to edit this macro at all? Like add something to it?
You shouldn't have to. If I do this,
select
that does it for the, and your character is like lit up. Like it's got a little thing around it.
Yeah, little arrows pointing at it.
Just hit /roll 1d10.
Okay.
We'll check and see. If other people after this want to just try to see, make sure you're able to do that.
I will check that.
There's a space between roll and d10 and 1d10.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1d10. 3.
All right, so plus 20, so 23. Which, so as that sucker starts to just describe what it looks like.
It looks like you are hosing off a cotton candy mound.
Oh.
Like the substance, is it like a greenish thing, or is it just like a black?
It's like it has to be cued by voice. So I decide I say something in Fey language. I don't know. I'll think of something later.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I think it's really cool.
That was very cool.
I point my hand. I say the words, and it's like a green smoke for my hands that becomes solid as it hits the building, and it's like it's like cotton candy dissolving.
Yeah. But like I said, like the
Structure.
corrosive substance is just like hissing, steaming.
Yeah, hissing, steaming, green slime type of stuff.
All right. Yeah, as that thing, like parts of it start to crumble because a lot of it was not in the best shape to begin with. You hear other things like other dogs inside of it starting to make quite a loud sound. The dogs that were in the field like turn and they're starting to like run their way, like run away from where all you were at. Do me a favor, Ibrahim, if you just want to make one roll at +6, and I'll have you make a couple more, but I'm going to do this. We'll see if you kill any of the dogs. As they're running.
Oh, wait, but the oil doesn't do damage, does it?
It does damage because it's on fire. So it does
okay.
+12 the first damage, +6. So if you roll a D10 +6,
+6,
and then I will do their soaks. So I do it once. Wait for me to do a soak, and then we'll go through. I'm curious if you kill one of them.
I forgot to put a space.
That's 3 light. That's 3 light wounds. You want to do that again?
Oh, okay, twice.
One more time, and then let me do them one at a time because I think what it does. I think for soak, what it does, it just looks at the most recent one. And now do it one more time.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
All right.
Damn, these dogs are very flammable.
Man, we're so good at killing dogs.
Yeah, they are. These things are now running like through the flame the other way. They kind of turn, they scatter. The other ones, you see about 3 other ones inside the barn who, as things are going, they are immediately popping their way out of it. And they're
gonna get caught by the slimy stuff, the burny stuff.
It's affecting the structure, not the people on those right now. Because it's a magical, because what you create was a magical substance that affects the structure here. So as it's kind of coming down. Can
I do another one? Can I do another one?
Yeah,
they're trying to get out of the barn. Can I throw another one? I'm gonna do strings on my fingers, which is I can make a target lose control of one body part, but it works in groups. I want to control.
What does it work on? Is it animal? Is it corpus?
It's regiocorpus. Does it not work on the dogs?
That means it works on people.
Ah, dang it!
Darn.
That's right. You need Perdo animal.
Yeah, I don't have good animal.
Yeah, they are kind of hauling ass away right now as the fire.
Perdo?
As the fire's going. Anybody want to try to do something while they are fleeing? As you've also got the huge fire in the field that is creeping towards the structure. It's got.
Where are they fleeing?
They're fleeing. They're like basically. You can kind of see where my thing is. They're basically fleeing in this direction.
Okay.
I'm checking my spells.
And we're all over in
You're over. Yeah, you're over. You're really closer. You'll be bridge because basically as you come across here, there's forest and such around here.
Okay. So we're trying to kill these things, right? What are we trying to kill all of these?
Being dogs, they do move fast. And there is also a fire. There's also a field on fire around you.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that can.
I don't have anything that's. Oh wait, I do have. Oh no, corpus means it only affects people.
Yeah.
I was thinking of trying the Tome of Canis to try to bury them all and stuff, but that's voice, and I don't think I can. I'm that close.
Yeah. At this point,
with the roaring fire, I got nothing.
I mean, you could send Cassie out to see if she could get one straggler and then come back.
No.
Yeah. Too risky.
Yeah. Okay. No. There's a bunch of them there. No.
Yeah.
Cassie will fight one thing and not a group.
Okay, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Creo Aquam, does that only affects people too?
No, it creates water. The other one you were talking about, to make someone lose control of a limb or something, that's affecting the human body. Creo Aqua means it creates something that is water-like substance.
This is the spell I have is called Drawing on Air, medium wound by creating water in the lungs. Can I create water in their lungs?
What's your range on it? Because
15. Level 15.
What's the range?
Oh, the range. 1 second. Eye contact.
They are running the opposite direction.
Mm.
Hard to make eye contact with a wolf.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
we'll say there's just a moment that says you see them rush out and they like plunge into the woods. You hear like the sounds of them, and it sounds like a dog in pain, but it also has like
Aw.
but the thing is there's also something else with it. Like it's kind of like mutated change. Like this is what you just saw was something that was demonic of some sort. And
Okay.
as this
I feel bad for
happens,
the puppies.
the men at arms that are now standing around you are watching the destruction you just did, and one of them just goes, "Jesus Christ, what the fuck do you need us for?"
If
Your
they
body-
get very close.
You said you brought Thordak, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thordak just looks at him and is like, they get hit, they go down. They need us protect them.
Well, you weren't gonna. We didn't need you. Well, you're here to help us fight people. Demon dogs are our area. Magic is our area.
Okay, they haven't actually seen you do kind of this stuff. So the other question, real quick, does anybody want to extinguish, reduce the size? Does anybody want to like extinguish the fire that's going on?
Oh, yeah. See, the thing is, I can't.
Well,
I can't.
Well, I will say
I do not have the ability to do.
Lear, you have some water
No.
spells. You got anything?
Can I just use randomly water?
You either could do that, or if someone used like Perdo Ignum, like you could do this. Because remember, you can also do spontaneous magic. Water could do it. You
Okay.
could create water. Because if you had target,
Can I just want to do Creo Aqua? Can I do Creo Aqua?
Oh, is this what we can use that quick spell thing for?
possibly,
Quick
I've
magic?
gonna pop
Yeah,
that up.
I-
So yeah, right
Is
now
mine
if you
12?
oh,
Spontaneous
Is my-
magic.
so spontaneous magic to get something this large would actually be level 20 for Perdo for
I think-
power to create water, create aquam.
I can create water. I have 22 at Creo Aqua.
Okay, try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Okay, so how do I do that? How do I just randomly create a spell?
So I'm assuming in this case, yeah, it would be create water in a natural shape. So you're looking at now when you do something that is what is your total casting total for Creo Aquam?
1 second.
Because
Creo Aqua,
what you
22.
would need-
22.
22. So what you would need is like voice, target here, we'll use the same kind of group. Oh, you're looking at a level 20 spell.
Mhm.
So if you take some fatigue, now fatigue itself can come back like relatively quickly. I'll double check in a minute how quick. What you would do is you do your casting total and then you would divide it by 2. So which means you would roll the d10, divide that total by 2. You'd automatically take 1 point of fatigue. You might, and I think you actually have to be able to cast it, which means you'd have to roll either explode or you'd have to roll an 8 or a 9.
Is this a good opportunity for us to potentially use some Whis?
Yeah, if you wanted to use some Aquam Whis, you could, because it would raise it up by 2. You'd tell me how much you're using now, if you wanted to do that. But like I said, like right now, in order to be able to cast it, you would take 1 fatigue, because the spontaneous spell, you're basically kind of... Now, if you cut your total by 5, that you can do kind of without any fatigue. If you want to cut your total in half, that is... that's the one that lets you do it.
So if I cut it down from
fatigue.
to 11, I'll get fatigue. If I want to cut it down by, you said cut it down by 5, so to make it a 17.
Yeah, actually, if everyone wants to do this, you can see how it works. Bring out your character thing. Click on it. Bring up Quick Magic.
Where is that? Is that in the description?
Yeah, Quick Magic is one of the Quick Magic is one of those macros. If you want to drag it in.
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, the one thing
but I
Nessie,
was
you're going to
just
want to do is
Salim.
one thing you're going
I was just testing.
to well, fuck, unless you were going to.
No,
Yeah, actually,
no.
that-
Salim
I know.
Salim
no,
thinks
I
about
think,
it.
I think
It
this is a good character moment.
The thing is, that wouldn't actually cast it because you only got a 16.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
Okay,
It
so
would be funny though.
Cool gestures. Creo 11, Aquam 9.
And it would,
Spontaneous, and they have spontaneous magic.
yeah, if you hit spontaneous magic, little thing will pop up. It'll go Creo Aqua 9. You might want to
Yeah.
use loud voice and bold gestures or exaggerated gestures.
Loud voice, exaggerated gestures.
And
Okay.
for target level, put in 20.
Target level 20. Okay.
And go ahead and roll your stress die.
Oh.
You try, so
Oh.
you'll have taken a little bit of fatigue. You try, but
Uh-huh.
you can't quite do it right now. This stuff is burning. Yeah, it's one of those things where you could probably fairly easily create little bits of water here and there, unless you've got something else that creates water. But right now, y'all got to wait for the fire to burn down, unless someone's got
Can
something else
I-
that they can do.
Can I blow? Can I blow it out
How so?
with the wind spell?
Do you have one that would be powerful enough to take on like the raging fire that y'all created with the oil?
Wall of wind roars away, starting up to 10 paces. Blah 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 blah. Okay, it can. Okay, if unconfined, it can be up to 100 paces wide. It's a pretty strong wind because
Yeah,
it
I
says
would-
that missile fire into or out of it is futile, and it requires a pretty strong strength roll to resist it.
Okay, this is the problem. It's oil.
Oh, you
Yeah,
cannot blow
basically
out
what
an
you
oil
would be
file.
doing is you would be throwing oil kind of all over the place.
If only one of us had taken herbum, we could have created the world's largest hemp
I
blanket.
love how we have all
I
of
have
these
herbum.
tools,
But
and
some,
we can
You-
create problems.
Yeah.
And we
Do you have,
cannot
like, a
solve our
23?
problems.
but I mean, as you're learning some of the stuff, you learn to do that. So Sarah, you have probably 2 levels of fatigue right now, or 1 level of fatigue?
So I had winded from before. Would that have been
That's
gone
a,
away?
That's a 2 minute. Are you showing weary right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that actually, I think that might actually have been because your, that might actually
Because
be because you tried the thing and then failed. Or I think it only gives you 1. But yeah, basically that's 10 minutes. Go ahead, you can get rid of that.
Okay. So I'm
'Cause I
winded.
also think if I rest everyone, I think.
Okay, yeah, it went away.
Okay, you're good. Yeah. So does everyone just sort of wait for a while for things to sort of continue
Yeah.
burning down?
So
Yeah,
by the way, we're
sorry.
not gonna be able to enter the barn or the whatever the road is the barn for at least until the sun goes down.
Well, there'll be a point though where it's essentially destroyed, and like the corrosive substance will still be there. You have to be careful. Yeah, actually, it might be a sunset. It might be a sunset thing.
It
Okay,
is.
we'll wait.
Yeah, because
So I guess
there will still be
we
like
head
the corrosive. Yeah, do you head back to town, or are you just gonna wait in the clearing?
Daring.
well, I mean, if we're gonna
Oh.
wait, we might as well wait in comfort.
What is it that we're doing in this barn? Why are we going down
There's
there?
a door. There's an entrance to.
There's a tunnel
Yeah,
underneath it that will take us.
Zalden,
It's
when did you get here? I thought you were away on tiger business.
Oh, let me.
I've
on the
been
off
here
chance,
since we woke up. I came last night.
Let me check
Oh.
to see.
You spoke to me.
Did I?
he burned down the. The fire
I
was
mean,
him.
I saw he was there, but I couldn't have shouted like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, Diane lets you know.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, Diane lets you know.
Oh.
Like there's an entrance there that can get us into the Regio, where where Hombres L'Assomption is.
You guys know a lot
Well-
about fire.
Yes,
Not
we should
me.
probably learn more about putting it out. It's actually been an issue quite a few times.
Perdo fire.
Well, I
heard about the
Perdo fire
horses.
could be a useful thing.
I've
Yeah.
never had a need to put out a fire before.
Never?
This is odd.
Well, if we're going to wait here, I'm going to go bathe because I am sweaty after all that running.
This
Alright.
guy, he takes so many baths.
Are you waiting here, or are you heading back? Because it'll be at least till sunset when the corrosive substance like goes away.
I'm waiting here.
Also
Yeah, I mean,
waiting
we
here.
can just make like a brief camp here.
Yeah.
And just kind of hang out.
You've got the
Yeah.
like you've got the guards, like the guard and such are checking things out, kind of making sure that the thing keeps clear. Like eventually the fire itself does go out. How long? What is the duration on yours, Celine?
Oh, on the oil?
Mhm.
Hold on. I'm checking. It's no fuck arts.
It's sun.
It is also sun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the oil eventually like, the oil will kind of burn out. Though I think, let's see what yours does say on there.
I think this was us. I copied it
Oil
from
field.
Creeping Oil.
Yeah.
What's in the?
Yeah. I'll say
do we know-
eventually, like the fire will probably, slowly spreads over the target.
What's in that hole?
It's a tunnel.
Let's get Thordak to open up that hole. I want that old man to show us that hole.
Well, the thing is that hole right now.
We're waiting until the
that hole
fire's
right now
gone.
has got like the corrosive substance that Lear cast still on it.
Yeah, but I'm assuming we'll just wait till then.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're
We'll
waiting.
kill some time and I don't know.
Okay.
Play poker, have a snack.
So yeah, like Lear will have plenty of time to,
Recover.
yeah. Like there actually are some like Vim spells you can get. Unravel the fabric of a specific form. You can use it to basically like cancel spells.
So I keep ending up with fatigue, and I'm not sure if that's because sometimes I'm testing things. Every time I do a roll and fail, does that give me a level of fatigue?
No, because the thing is when you cast the spell, you cast above. Oh, wait a minute. The oil field, you actually cast it underneath the level.
Yeah, it was like
So
two
you
under,
you
or
got
one under.
you got fatigue from that because
Okay.
it was technically 3 under because the one that just means magic resistance, which if
Okay.
I'd have noticed technically it would not because it works on. Well, you had it for room.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
we are just gonna change it to group
Yeah, so
because
Yeah.
both times I've used it, it has been on groups.
yeah, so that's one of the ones that actually because it was if it's on people you're trying to affect that actually would not have ended up working on. We're fine now, but that's one of the things because they're it would not have been able to get through their magic resistance with the roll that you have.
I see.
But like I said,
Okay.
we're not retconning anything. We're all good.
I'll keep an eye out
What's
for that.
what's in that hole though?
What's it? Why do you want to go in the hole so? Can we take a break? Can we get some water?
What do you guys need? Okay, Celine gets water. Now show me that old man hole.
Wheezing
I
phrasing.
just want to keep saying old man hole.
What? You
Let's
are
fast forward.
obsessed.
I mean, no more so than anything else.
Good lord.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking for a couple things. Oh, group can also be a group of things. I think you said you were casting it on basically on the grass and
Okay.
such. Yeah,
Yeah, that works.
the group. If you just want to switch that to group, you can do that. All right. So the sun is setting. At this point, the magic is going away. You all do your Parma rituals because basically it's when you wake up. At sundown and sunset. The Parma ritual is a real quick 2-minute thing that will give magic resistance to you. That's 5 times what your current level in Parma is. Does anybody have more than one level in Parma? It'll be a
Oh,
it'll be a
boy.
skill.
You mean ability?
Yeah, every time I
have
say
the
skill,
one.
it means ability.
No, I just have one Parma.
Yeah, me too.
If you end up with when you raise that up, one it'll give you more magic resistance. You also can when you have more, you can actually give it to other people. So it's one of the things like if you had a higher one, you could have Thordak with you or something. Cast it so that he would also be protected
Oh,
from Parma magic.
is it one extra person per level?
Yeah, as I recall. Quick double check.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you can kind of spread it out. Protect one other person for each point in Parma magic with their consent. Actually, you actually each could right now protect one other person.
Oh, because it's
Cassie.
each one
Oh,
above
sorry.
0.
While a magus is protecting others, his effective Parma magic score is reduced by 3 points, both for himself and the other people he's protecting. If your score is 3 or lower, it'll give you magic resistance of 0, which is better than nothing. But right now it wouldn't actually like. It basically would just mean any magic that's kind of coming towards you would have to If it fails, it won't work. But that actually is for spells too. So that's not like a magical creature can still attack you with its claws.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, some of the guards go over. You've got like several of them also still setting up the perimeter, but others go and they basically start like moving what's left of the rubble and the remains of the barn, and underneath it. Yeah, underneath it, like there's a section you go under, like the actual trap door has been like eaten through, and then there is underneath it there's stone, and there is a passageway, and by a real quick look, the stone here is so smooth and so kind of like perfectly put in that you're guessing this was more than likely done with magic.
Okay.
One.
Let's get in there.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, it's been about. Do we want to take a quick bio break?
Yeah.
Before heading in.
Okay.
All right. Folks, we will take a quick bio break. We'll be back in a bit. See you in what 5 or 10? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
think I should have to leave again.
All right. And we are back. So, underneath, they've gotten everything moved, and you have a fairly large tunnel at this point that will kind of take you through. Yeah, as you go in, and Ibrahim, were you given a scroll
Was I given a scroll?
last time?
I don't have a scroll in my inventory.
So there was as you go in, and you sort of enter, like there's a long passage, and you can see like quite a ways further down. It's like where you can see stuff has fallen. There's stuff has been blocked. Dayum, when he goes down and looks down the passageway, just goes, "That will not be a problem for us." And then he kind of like with a shaking hand reaches in and he pulls out a scroll case, and he goes, "I was afraid to read this. He gave this to me, and I fled. I was terrified. I was an apprentice. I didn't know what was going to happen because of this." And Salim, you're biting. So he kind of turns to you. He's like, "You may understand this better than I do." And he, GM stuff. I'm going to give you something.
Okay.
All right. If you look in your inventory, now when you first glance it over, what you see immediately, this is what they call a paradoxographic letter. This is from, and he lets you know this is from his parents, like the master he served under, that he learned under. This is one of the things you're biting, like the only ones that do this. They're very popular. They're actually become like very popular reading material. What they do is there's a mix of like bullshit in them and real stuff, and there's some exaggeration, but it often is talking about more important things in code in certain respects. So they tend to make kind of fun reading, but determining what's real from what is part of the flourish of these kind of letters is a little difficult sometimes. But yeah, if you open it up, like guys, you crack open the scroll, and as you're just looking through, you've seen letters like this before. There's interesting stuff in some of them. Some of them are just like someone got bored and kind of wrote a thing, but there's always like some kernels of truth that are in there.
Okay. Hold on. It is not labeled as from Titus or Titus. But is it clear to me that it is?
Oh, he lets you know that.
Okay.
Yeah, he tells you like this was given to me from Titus.
Okay. Do you want, may I read this aloud, or?
Certainly, you might understand it better than I do.
Marcos the Wanderer. I am Marcos Heliodromus, who observes the traveling border of the octahedron. It is my duty to pass the lodestones of Celis?
Kalis or Celis, it's one of those things where I think it's one way, and then someone who knows will tell me differently, and then I'm like, that sounds wrong.
It is my duty to pass the lodestones of Celis octahedron on to Solon Heliodromus. As is the way of passage, I hand this list of my actions to my successor. My first duty was to attend to the Pater as he used the secrets of the sphere's 6 wedges to enter the octahedron. Our primary duty was the protection of the Corax as they harvested. Within the octahedron was the frame of the ship known to us as the Itius. We called upon our arrows of silver fire to touch upon the shadows that followed the Corax's wagons. The playful ship was released into the mists with 30 oarsmen. We were allowed to attend the passage of the Itius, carrying the great crown into the mists of the unknown. As part of this ceremony, I was gifted the sphere and taught to unite the pieces so that I might serve the Pater. The shadows have stopped. I have hidden the sphere. Meditate on these words, Diam.
Everyone give yourself a +1 on this roll, but everyone make a quick roll for Order of Hermes lore.
Code of Hermes, you mean?
No, there's a separate one. It's in the first category. General.
It will be an organization.
Gotcha. Okay. Then give us a +1.
Stress or simple?
7.
Simple.
7.
Would you say?
Simple?
Simple with a +1.
Get above a 7?
7.
No.
Zalden, you ruined it.
Yeah,
get sevens?
Zalden. We almost hit the jackpot, Zalden. What's the matter with you?
Roll a 7, Steve. You control your own outcome.
It
You
sounds
control your fate.
It sounds a little familiar, and then Diam goes, the Caelius' octahedron was a magical item that they created, this sphere that could be used to find regios. And regio is essentially, I think, like a pocket dimension of magic, of infernal, of fey. It was like what you went to when you went down the water, the hole with the water, was a regio that was a fey regio. So it does not exist in our world, but is attached to our world somehow. He goes, it was used to find the entrances to regios. It was shown at the tribunal, and I know many people were very happy about it. They were using it to experiment. I don't know if that's the thing that caused the entire covenant to get sucked into one.
My master always said, "Don't experiment, or you'll die."
Yeah. And he goes,
That's not a very good master.
That's a horrible idea.
We're mages. That's a big part of what who?
I think maybe this was a pen specific thing. Like, don't have pen experiment.
Perhaps. Sorry. Continue.
There are rules
Continue,
for
Diam.
magical experimentation, and it can go very well, it can go very poorly. Yeah, and
My apologies,
he goes, I have no idea what the Adius is. I don't know.
Well, it is a paradoxical letter. It could be... We could be looking for a metaphor for ship.
Oh. Metaphors also metaphors?
Everything is a metaphor.
Hmm.
That was a joke. No. Okay, well, as far as I know, there's not a ship here, correct?
I'm unaware of any ship.
Then for the moment, I will proceed with the assumption that the ship is metaphorical, perhaps for a voyage that they were undertaking as they explored these regios.
Yeah. He just
What
goes,
if it's in the regio?
Also possible.
Lost at sea. Magical sea.
And he goes, and the 6 wedges, the octahedron itself was put together. There was 6 different pieces to the sphere.
6 pieces to an octahedron.
There was other things were
It's a
sort of
metaphor.
placed inside of it.
8 and 6. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to, I guess, just like give him a nod as I hand him back the letter, having committed it to memory.
Okay. And he goes, it'll be this way. We'll need some light of some sort. They'll grab torches and such if no one else has anything else.
Okay, I was about to say I can do quick magic. That's about it.
Torches tend to work fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so you grab as you head down, and like it's full dark out. Are you going while it's dark?
Yeah, I mean, we already did our pharmas, right? So we, let's just while
Plus,
it's
it's
fresh.
underground. How much, doesn't really matter whether it's light or day underground.
True.
All right. It's a bit of a walk. It's like 2 miles as you're walking through this like very long tunnel. As you get though to the point where you see like the rubble and such that has fallen, there's a step over where you go through it and the rubble and such disappears, and in front of you you see like a little bit of extra corridor, and then there is like a ladder leading up to a trapdoor.
I whisper to Lear, I'm like, who's the most disposable here?
Don't
mean,
want
it's
to answer
definitely a
that.
soldier, right? It's definitely one of our guys.
No.
If Lear doesn't answer it, then Penn's gonna just walk up to the ladder and start moving up.
Oh,
Not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say, Penn, as you walk up towards the ladders, you look up the stone, like the trap door that is on there. There have been words carved into it, like magically carved. I mean, almost just it's like very very neatly and such in there that says, "Look to the next world where water joins the powers."
Yo, there's gonna be some bullshit once I open this, just letting you know.
thank you for the
Alright.
warning.
Up we go.
All right. As you open,
Oh,
What's
shit.
in that damn hole?
so you come out. Oh, usually have to do this.
Ah, church.
So the area that you come out into, it looks like this place has been completely ruined. Dust, decay, part of the southwestern wall and ceiling seem to have collapsed. Like when you come into it, you're on the western side of what appears to maybe at one point have been a large supply hall. Like you see there's some larger doors that go in. There what used to be probably racks and shelves and stuff, many of which have fallen over time. When you look up, like the night is dark above you. Have someone make an Arts Liberalis roll.
I can do it. Give me a sec. Let me pull up Lear.
Ah, yes, the liberal arts.
I have a 3 in Arts
Uh,
Liberalis.
So do I.
do as well.
Damn, we all have 3s.
Simple
I have
die?
a degree
Yeah.
in the liberal art. No, I don't.
Ooh, 12.
Stars are not correct as you look up. Not unusual for a Regio. But yeah, as you look up, the stars themselves seem to be a bit off.
Hate that.
Shoddy workmanship.
The stars are off. So you said this is not unusual for Regio?
Yeah, like in the Regios, you look up, the stars are a bit off. They're usually a bit different than what you find elsewhere.
Okay. We are like right there where the tunnel leaves us out.
Yep. Yeah, as you come out, and it appears to be like just with a quick look, you can see that there is, you can see like the ruins of walls. Again, like from this area, you're not necessarily seeing a ton, but you can see like this was a fortress at some point.
Is this a door?
Yeah, there's a door on the southeast side.
Okay. I'm going. Oh, sorry. I'm going to, I guess, go over to that and try to open that door.
Okay. So the door itself, when you kind of creak it open, it's one of those things that has been there for a while, so it does take a little bit of oomph to kind of get it going. The place itself around, you can see a couple other buildings and such nearby, like to the left and the right. There's a large fountain kind of in the middle. Like a lot of it's kind of far enough away, and there's some walkways and some the shrubbery and such you can see all seems to have been like partly wilted. Like none of this looks like it is particularly like it looks like it's wilted over the recently. Like as far as you know, this has been abandoned for a very long time.
Well, it was at least once quite beautiful.
There's a church that is like very close by. You can see parts of it have fallen in a little bit damaged. But beyond that, as you look around, you are seeing most of the. It looks like there's just been a lot of damage has taken place throughout here.
Look like natural damage, like natural decay, or something like
No,
attacked it.
like stone has been torn down in places. Yeah, like it's looking rough.
I'm gonna start following the perimeter of this church here.
Okay. You see, you also as you kind of people start to leave from the from that sort of supply hall that you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lead some of the soldiers with me as well, some of the veterans.
Yeah, there is a covered walkway. Again, there's kind of a covered walkway that is in front of you. There's a moment where one of the veterans stood in front of you, just kind of puts his hand out, sort of to you, and then like presses himself against the wall, and just sort of looks as, what is that? And you look and you see, looks like shadowy figures of people moving about. A couple here and there, they you see them for a moment, and they sort of fade, and they'll sometimes pick up a little further down. They're not all like complete as far as you're looking. There are, like I said, people going through, and just sort of walking between. Looks like most of them are in that sort of the covered walkway right now. The ones that you see.
Turns
They're
out this
seem to be moving
entire
around.
thing was. It turns out this entire thing was just because everyone here hated Dionysiges, and they wanted to get rid of him with an elaborate lie.
What? So these shady figure, not shady figure, the shades, I guess, that I'm seeing. Where are they kind of phasing in and out, or do they? Are they kind of
Sometimes a few of the ones when you're watching, you're most of them they seem pretty featureless, like just almost like shadows as they're going. But it would look as if someone is walking like underneath it, and then going through sometimes parts of the walkway that have collapsed because some of the parts of it have collapsed down. But you do see them moving, like almost through it, and then they'll pick up again a little bit later.
I wish I could identify them, but I cannot, alas. I guess I'm just going to walk up to one, unless I can do something with magic to identify what I'm seeing right now. I do not have a specific spell for it, though.
Yeah, probably. I was curious whether when there's the Imaginum. Things like Mentum work with ghosts.
Okay. I mean, I do okay on Mentum, but it would have to be pretty lucky to do that quickly. I'll try something. Hold on. Let me click some stuff, click some buttons here. Oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that with a quiet voice. Let's try Intelligo Mentum. I don't remember the targeting thing, but I will just try it. If I'm trying to identify just what a creature is, a magical creature, what would my target be?
Intelligo Mentum. Individual.
Individual. Okay. Hold on. Okay. And I'm gonna hit that. And is there a set target level for something like this?
Oh, did you check the effect? Let me check out the codex. So the basic effect you're looking for is sorry. And what is everyone else doing while this is happening? This is Intelligo Mentum.
Anyone else doing a thing?
I feel like Penn would maybe be looking for like animals or something.
Are you trying to sense the state of consciousness of the being?
Yeah, sure, why not?
No, that's what for Ibrahim.
Oh, for you.
Yes, I would say that is an accurate assessment.
Yeah, so we're looking at 4 range, voice, duration, momentary is fine, targets individual. That's level 10.
Level 10?
Mhm.
Okay. That's possible.
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Take the shot.
Spell failed.
Ah.
Did you want to use confidence on
Fuck
that?
me. Yeah, fuck it. I'll use a confidence.
I think everyone should have, was it 5 confidence? I think was where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you click the little thing for confidence on the right-hand side. Like right where it says the 9 + 1. They'll be able to use a confidence point. Yeah, so that will work. So you would have taken you should have 1 level fatigue on there. What you sort of hear is as you kind of cast a spell, you reach out to the mind and you just hear it's very distant. It seems as if it's kind of fading in and out as you see it go, and you just sort of hear, "Fucking mages want food this late at night. It's cold out. I shouldn't have to worry about." Just the sort of it's the sort of undercurrent of the mind that someone who is like a pissed off servant would be doing, like someone who works there, like in the kitchens probably, and what you're sort of getting from them. Like the state of consciousness, it's kind of floating in and out, but it seems disconnected in certain respects.
Okay, like they're not thinking of or really like reacting to their like environment so much. They seem kind of self-centered, like in their own heads.
Yeah, and at least thing is he says when it's this cold, it's spring and it's fairly warm currently.
Okay. I'm going to step away from the wall where that soldier has kind of like pinned himself to the wall, and I'm going to wander over to one of the shades and wave my hand in its face.
Okay. And what are the rest of you doing while Salim's doing that?
I noticed the graveyard behind the church. I'm going to explore that.
Okay.
If actually after seeing what Salim was up to, I guess I'm just keeping an eye on that old man as best I can.
Okay. And for
I think Zalden is checking out the church.
all right. Is everyone just? Are you all just splitting up and taking like you got like some your shield grog and such with you?
Yeah.
Or are people generally staying together?
Sarah and Steve are close enough to each other, although I am going to the Thordak go with Zalden.
Yeah, so
It
this
sounds
first,
like we're splitting.
Salim, so as you kind of go forward, as you wave it in front of it, it just passes straight through your hand. There's just a brief chill as it passes through, but then keeps going.
I don't believe there'll be any threat to us. And I'll like wave at the soldiers to like see if hopefully try to just kind of calm them down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, they still kind of keep weapons out. They're just a bit nervous because that kind of stuff. And then Salim, where are you going?
I guess I'm proceeding through the covered walkway over to the fountain.
Yeah, and you'll actually have
The closest fountain here, so I guess number 1.
Diam will kind of head there with you. So first, let's go with Nessa. Where were you headed?
I am following the old man, Diogenes Sinisis.
Diam is it's kind of like
Diadem.
nervous as looking around as he's looking around the space, but if he sees Salim going towards the fountain, he'll end up going there with him. Steve.
Yeah.
We'll start the church. It's kind of the closest thing because it's right there.
Sorry about that.
Are we back in our right places?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I rarely do modules like this. Okay. When you go into the church, there's a different feeling of sorts when you walk in. It is still like you can see like a lot of scratch marks and such on the outside of it. You can see some of the damage you see in other places seem to have done sort of the outside, but when you walk in, it's old, it's dilapidated. It has been like it looks like for the most part it has been relatively like unused, possibly in a long time. You got like the pews are there. You see like some Bibles, other stuff. There's like the sacraments and other stuff up towards the front.
Okay. So basically it looks like whatever happened to the outside couldn't breach into here.
Possibly. I mean, one of the doors is kind of hanging off the side, but yeah, it looks like the inside here it appears like it really hasn't been touched all that much.
Interesting. I think I'm gonna go see if there's an office and look for like any journals or anything someone might have wrote in or something like that.
You head your way back towards the sort of the back. Let's go with this. Let's start with Sarah. The graveyard itself out back. As you make your way. The graveyard, I mean, you've seen a lot of graveyards. It, for the most part, looks relatively normal, but as you sort of come out there, you see that there is almost like there's a bit of almost like an altar of sorts has been made there with like some broken tombstones that are there, and then there's a moment when you're kind of coming out there looking. Make an awareness roll for me, or awareness or alertness, whichever it is in this.
Second awareness around awareness. Stress die or simple die?
Stress.
Okay, 10.
You, as you sort of start to come out, you see that there's a man standing, like on the back entrance from the church, and he is sort of standing there looking over the area. In that point, you hear like kind of distantly like a howl somewhere in the distance, maybe some of those dogs you saw before. He's not seen you as of yet.
Is he saying anything? Is he speaking, or is he just kind of standing there?
Right now, he's sort of sitting on the steps, like looking out into the night.
Good evening.
Turns and looks at you and goes, "You're real." Well, we're all real here, but you are not from here. That makes some sense.
I thought this place was abandoned.
Who
are you?
He stands and he goes, "Father Karth." While you're looking, you're going towards the back, like offices and such. Steve, you hear like that conversation taking place out back. You hear Lear's voice.
Okay. I think Zalden is gonna like stop and then just he's not making his presence known, but he's just kind of like looking out that back window or door, what the window of the door, if there's a window in the door, or like out the
stealth on your way there to see if you're heard.
Yeah, he just wants to kind of
eavesdrop.
Yeah, I assume that's stress, right?
Yes.
There you go. There it is. Oof, nope.
There's a point where you're coming up there, like you and your tiger are coming, and then there's just like a you accidentally hit something. He sort of turns. Sarah, you notice that his back shoulder, kind of all the way down his back, there is like, including what he's wearing, like it looked like someone had just basically hit him with a sword and gone all the way through. Like this appears to have been a mortal wound that he took. And you can, at that point, you can also see very slightly through him. You can see the door behind him.
So
the fountain. As you're approaching the fountains themselves, on the way as you're heading there, Diane goes. They used to call this the what was the phrase on the door? What was the phrase on the door?
Path of water.
That's a good question.
It was the next world. Because that was the name of the fountain. Was the next world.
That's a bad name for a fountain.
Wait, all of the fountains?
Just the whole
fountain.
The whole area
pavilion
itself.
area?
There's several different fountains.
Did someone say hole?
As you kind of come
Enough.
around,
Pen.
you come around like part of the thing, and there is. Let's see. Yeah, there's like the library, and you've got like one of the fountains. You go to what, top, bottom, the one on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Probably top. I mean, top or bottom would be the first one
top.
you go. Which one? Okay.
Top.
So here, as you come through, you see like there is this extraordinarily like well put together diorama and such. You've got what looks like kind of the merging of magic and fairy. You've got like dramatic elves, dwarves, and like a den of giants in the background where there's a battle dance that's happening. And it seems to be something about night and day. There is this really masterfully crafted, like what looks like the Night Queen and the Day King, which are like facing each other in these statues. And there's water kind of pouring through. This entire thing is extraordinarily beautiful.
Incredible.
People have too much time on their hands.
Wow. Pen.
We could have skinned 50 bears in the amount of time it took someone to make this, maybe more.
Why would we skin 50 bears? What benefit is there in skinning 50 bears?
Bear fur and bear meat.
Okay. This is a beautiful example of craftsmanship. The artisans they must have employed here. It's no, nothing?
It's busy.
I...
This fountain could have had a single statue of a bear in front of it. Instead of all of this.
and then a park around it.
we could have built a beautiful parking lot here. Yeah,
Anything
no,
Pen would be like, this could have been woods.
yeah, this could have been woods, all of it. Can I toss something into the water here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a coin from my bag and throw something into the water. Throw it into the water.
Hits the water, sinks that tiny bit of thing to the bottom.
Oh. Well, I've made my wish, so I suppose we can proceed.
Michael, was there anything from that writing on the door that would lead me to believe, like, maybe I should, I don't know, like, press a secret button on the side of this fountain or something, or not?
It said, look to the next world where water joins the powers. I believe Diamond mentioned. I believe Diamond mentioned that wasn't there when he left.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the powers is, so
fled like
let's
7
just go
years ago.
Yeah, let's just go to fountain number 2.
Ibrahim, did you have something?
I don't have anything with this one. Look to the next world where... What again?
the water joins the powers.
The powers
think.
isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah. So, well, let's look at number 2. Maybe
Yeah.
number 2 is just says the powers, and we'll be like, oh, there it is.
Okay. So you head around to the second one. All right.
Yes.
You head around there, Steve. You've been eyed by this priest that is looking back at you.
Uh-oh.
The man himself looks middle-aged. Got like a kind of a hard face, black hair and darker eyes. Got almost a crowish look to him, just with a longish nose. He is. You've seen steel in people before, and this person seems to have had them. But again, you can see just a little bit through him as you're looking, and you say you probably caught a glimpse of that wound as he turned.
Okay. Zalden is just gonna like look at him and just go, "What are you?"
I'm Father Karth. And turns.
How did? Okay, go ahead.
It turns again towards Luz. Sorry, I did not introduce myself. It's been a long time since there's been anyone here but ghosts or demons.
But you're not one of them, are you?
No, I was here when it got pulled. When we got pulled into, and he just kind of like goes up towards the sky again with the stars that are not what they were. When we got pulled in here as part of the Covenant, and I got torn to shreds. And he just kind of like motions towards where the wound was on his back. And he goes, "There's a few of us still here that can speak, that are still a part of it, but most of those were here are in and out."
We've seen.
So, what exactly is this place?
This is the church. Or do you mean this was the Covenant? This was the Covenant of Ombres L'Assomption. This was a place where the Magi here dealt with magic and fae and currents of magic. And now they're all dead.
Not all of them.
Not all of them. Titus or one of the others?
Zalden, do you want to do the honors of getting the father, or should I?
By all means, you know more about what's going on than I do.
We were brought here by Father Diem. Is that what his name is? Diem?
Mm-hmm.
We were brought here by Father Diem
He just kind of has
in
a
search
look.
of something.
Diem was not one of the mages here. There was Secunda, Casio, and Titus. Diem.
Was Titus his
Yeah.
master? He was Titus's apprentice.
The boy?
He's not a boy anymore.
I was certain he'd be... I mean, he and Titus ran off into the supply, and Titus came back later. I thought the boy had died.
He had not.
The literal only one who didn't die.
Can you enter the church?
It's my church, but there's... And then you hear kind of a bell go off as it's getting like a little bit later, and he goes, I have a ceremony soon.
I see. What? One more time. What is his name again?
Father Karth.
I shall find Father Diem. Perhaps we can discuss some things with you. And I leave the graveyard and I enter back into like the sanctuary building covenant thing.
Of the like into the church itself?
Mm-hmm. Into not the church, but like Is it the church or is it?
We're over by the fountains, I thought.
Yeah,
Well,
by the
you go-
fountains.
Yeah, you go back around towards where the fountains are.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you head that way, Steve, what do? You're in the church itself.
Zalden did not like that answer at all. I think he's just gonna like look at Father Karth and he's gonna go, so everyone died, yet you live on.
There's a few-
Why?
And he just kind of takes a moment and he goes, I don't think live on is exactly how I would describe what had happened to me. I was killed, but I remain. There's a few others. There's a few others who are completely with will. The other ones, in the evening, they start to return. As a matter of fact, he kind of like points down the hall behind you. As you look back, you're seeing like shadows sort of as they enter the church. They become a little more real as they come in, and then they're like the people start to come in and sort of fill the pews. And he goes, "We didn't used to have night services before, but this is the time they're most here."
So you still do services. Would this not be considered purgatory?
No, this was a magical regio. The mages themselves had a high interest in regios. They pulled this. Titus explained it to me once. They used that spear thing for it, and he had discussed how they had found them, and he knew a way he could actually create. He believed he could create a regio, and he tried to hide us. Unfortunately, they came. The demons came, and we didn't last that long.
Are we in danger if we stay here long?
Some of them are still around. There's some spirits. They collect things. They have their nests in areas, but occasionally they'll come through and rip apart what they can find. That's a possible danger. The dogs and their master don't come here often, but I've heard the dogs lately. Normally they're not here. This evening and this afternoon, in fact.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the information. I think he's gonna turn around and like leave because he has no interest to hear a sermon.
Okay. Yeah, as you walk through, there's like I said, the shade and such. As they come in, they become a bit more real, and they come and they sit at the various seats as you pass by them. None of them these ones don't really seem to notice the tiger. Like at least none of them seem to pay any attention, which in your experience is rare. But might also be because of whatever they are now.
Okay. Yeah.
So and Sarah, you're headed towards the fountains?
Yeah.
We'll say you kind of catch up as they've been kind of looking at these large fountains. You kind of catch up like you said before they go to the next one.
Father DM,
Yes.
there's someone here who remembers you.
Who?
Father Karth.
Karth. Never a good priest. Odd that he'd be the one to survive.
Oh, he didn't.
Makes a bit more sense.
But he's more conscious than most of these people.
He's a greedy man. A weak man. He did as well as he could, but I remember him as a child, and he was very arrogant.
Well, sometimes a duck just needs a little bit of danger to swim.
Yes, I remember him. He knew, he helped tend to the people here, not in a way that I would find acceptable now, but back then, my interest in theology was not what it became.
He's about to start a service for the shades that are here. I don't know if this has any bearing on our search, but
I could go. Though there, and he just kind of looks back and goes, "But there must be something with these. The message. This is what they refer to, but I don't know the next world. That's these. I don't know why." Titus was very good with earth and stone. It would have made sense he did it after I fled.
Oh, did he make
Because
that?
that writing wasn't there before. I had used
No,
that
I meant
password. This?
the statues.
He goes, "I don't believe so. This was here before I was here. It was." He's just sort of looking over and he goes, "It's been so long, I barely remember. I remember they were beautiful. I remember they were. I mean, there's a lot on these fountains."
Yeah. Lyra, by the way, if we end up solving this, based off of the amount of like Fae stuff, I think we're up for another portal to see some royalty.
No.
Maybe don't forget to take off your dress this time.
What was I supposed to do? Leave the Fae realm naked? That wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, were you joining them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is about the time Zaladin shows up.
I don't think we should dally here. I think we should figure out what we're doing and get out.
Seems about right.
The Karth said that they come occasionally, and by them he means the demons. And he doesn't normally hear the dogs, and he's been hearing the dogs. And they apparently have a master. So,
Right. All right. What do we want to do?
Perhaps we should attend this service.
That defeats the purpose of getting out, though. We're
Uh,
trying to find this decahedron, these octahedron, correct?
I believe that is our goal currently.
Isn't
But
this an
do we have
octahedron?
any hint? We can't take the whole Regio, can we?
Can we?
If I was in charge, I'd make this the whole thing. I had to make some kind of, use some kind of power for a spell. I'd use everyone in town. Why not? They're not going anywhere.
One possibility might be if you do know that, like, if this thing can find the entrance to Regios, you don't know how it works yet, or you don't know anything about that. But if it can find the entrance to a Regio, it also might mean things in here might find a way to get out. Because you often have to know how to get into, like usually to get into a Regio, you have to do a very specific thing. Well, as it says, Diane would have let you know that when you go out, you actually have to walk backwards through part of that tunnel, because like when you look back, there was a part of the tunnel was collapsed on the inside. As you went through the Regio, you have to like get to a point and walk backwards. It'll take you out of it. This is one of the things that can let them know here's how to leave.
Michael, where's this lemur nest?
I feel like we
You
might
don't know
not.
what that is.
Yeah, we're not supposed to see that one.
That is the thing I
It's-
forgot to erase.
Well,
No, but the thing is, anyone have a magical lore?
let's see.
Or other? If each of you want to make none of you have infernal lore, but if you want to make a stress die on intelligence.
Oh, great.
Why would I say Steve? Were you the one told about it, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Steve make that one.
Intelligence. Or
Do
what?
Just
Intelligence stress.
just you don't have infernal lore, so just make intelligence unless you have
All
infernal.
right. No, I do not. I should take it. Stress, right?
Yeah.
Kaplowy. 7.
Yay!
You have heard about demons that collect things. That's the one thing he had mentioned. Demons that collect things. They are often like extremely obsessive. Uh, Depending on what they are, they can be dangerous. They can be mischief. They can just be kind of a pain, but they have a tendency to be able to do things with whatever they collect. They're often very singularly focused. You don't know a whole lot beyond that to be positive.
Okay. I relay that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Zaldin. Um. Hmm. So, just like taking a moment away from this, I can't think of anything to do here besides
Yeah.
attending this service to see what happens.
Maybe we could count how many people are there.
There's also like I said, you've looked at a very small portion of what's in there
Yeah.
so far.
Okay. So the other buildings that are not labeled, those are still things.
They're all buildings. You just haven't been in any of them yet to know what they are. There's like the things that might have really pointed towards what they are have been destroyed over time.
Oh.
So
Okay.
like the stuff.
We have to explore the other rooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also you were headed towards the other fountain. I don't know if that's where you're going.
Yeah, I guess
let's check out the last
hit
fountain.
that last fountain. I mean, we've already done.
Yeah.
The second one, there's the three total. You looked at the one. The three. You make your way to the second one. It is, again, absolutely gorgeous. And Diam talks a little bit about one of the things that they've been working on at the Covenant was they wanted to basically. They said something about currents of magic, but the merging of both magic, fae, and the divine was what they had kind of focused on. The second one looks like both the fairy and the divine. If you look through, there is these spiritual like representations of the 12 Greek Olympians. There's like a large house, and above it a sun with like a split visage that is looking down among them.
Hmm.
Is it Janice?
Janice, I don't believe is associated with a sun. It would be a weird place to it doesn't look like what you've seen of things that represent Janice before.
King
Okay.
and the Queen.
So magic, fae, divine, a sun with a split visage. Okay. Interesting, but I don't know who that is. Hold on. I'm going to read my letter again. I'm just going to keep this open. Attend to the pater. Is there anywhere in here? So is there the visage or like the sort of like carvings and decorations here? Are they at all identifiable, or is this the only one that looks like a specific figure?
Well, you've got like the spirit like figures of which are very clearly like the 12 Olympian gods.
Okay.
As you're looking through, like they look a little spirit like, and that they sometimes like they'll fade off towards the bottom. But like the sun itself, it doesn't seem to be an Apollo thing. Apollo is clearly there elsewhere.
Okay. I kind of want to leave like an offering for that specific one, like the one that has the split visage of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know what inappropriate to like? I guess I could just do food. Food's always a pretty good one.
For Fae, for Fae, that's a and like the Greek gods would be considered Fae.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll like go to one of the soldiers and just like, do we have anything left from lunch?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll take that. And I'm going to put it before the split visage of the sun.
Yeah, as you go there, one of them is sort of like looking over just these things. Is like, how much do you think that's worth? As
The,
he's looking at the fountain.
like if we were to move it?
Be in small sections, but I mean that might be possible. That's
Why?
no, it's just I mean, it's just kind of curious. I mean, there's nothing like this at our home.
Why do you want this? Where is this coming from?
No, it's just sort of looking at it. It's like it's got to be worth something.
Something is happening here, and I do not like it. You there, keep an eye on this one. I don't know why he suddenly wants to pillage this place, but
One of them comes over, just kind of grabs it, grabs him by the arm and kind of yanks him back a little rough.
it's very odd. I guess is that normal? Do we usually go and like take apart parts of like the structures of places and bring them back?
Not generally, no.
Okay.
I mean, if we're okay with burning people alive, but wanting to take a fountain is where we draw the line.
No, it's
We are
odd, isn't it?
technically in another dimension through a hole, and none of us are known particularly for stone magic, so it is a little weird.
It's just odd that it happened right after I left this offering here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more food and leave another offering. Is there one that looks like Zeus?
Yeah, there is one that looks like Zeus, like yeah, it's like basically right next to the sun, like right to the right of the throne that the sun sits upon.
Then I am going to leave an offering for Zeus with a quick muttered, and another one for the king of the gods. Anything?
Anybody else? Nothing at this point. Anybody else do anything in particular?
I think I'm gonna start walking around, like exploring the other rooms.
Yeah, I think as he's doing that, I'm gonna go to this building across from that second fountain.
Oh,
I'll hit this one.
Do me a favor. If you want to pull your character thing out, you can put them.
Yeah, he doesn't show up very well.
Yeah, I think there is a way to make them here. I think there's a way to actually make them look. Is there? I think if you go into here, appearance, I think you can put a tint color, update. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you kind of click on it, and then
Okay.
right click on it, and there'll be an open configuration on the bottom left. There's like a couple things will happen. You can change the tint color so that you're more able to be seen. Penny, you going towards that last fountain?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And Salim?
Yes, since nothing is happening here, I'm gonna. Oh. I will go just to the closest ones. Oh, come on. Hold on. Once I grab myself, I'll drive myself to where I'm going. But I am gonna look in the building.
Okay. While they're doing that, well, Penn, you're able to sort of head around as the other ones are starting to like look into some of these buildings. The last one looks like it has to do with the divine and magic. What is it? Chaldean oracles. There's like fruits of wisdom being passed around large table, there are like these two large bowls that the rulers and the gods are have been eating from. You see what looks like pre and early Roman times, Seleucus and the goddess Diana, and like some bowls of fruit and such are on the tables.
Hmm.
Yeah, the Chaldean oracles were these
Yes.
old oracles.
I guess I'll leave some. If I have any pocket fruit, I'll leave some as an offering.
Okay, just like what, throw it in the bowls or something.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
As you throw it onto um, the bowl moves
Mm,
like
normal.
it moves like if it's a bowl sitting on the thing as opposed to something that's been carved into it.
Well, I guess I'll pick up the bowl and see if there's anything under it or if that fucking does anything.
So when you pick up the bowl, um, when you pick up the bowl, uh, it splits into sort of two parts. And what you're noticing is it's there's a stone and such in it. A lot of it's like inside of it. It's fairly ornate and such on there. But like as you kind of grab it, you see, this is not part of the original statue.
Hmm. Well, we'll deal with that later, I guess, if there's nothing under there. I guess I just informed Celine. I'm like, Celine,
Yes.
the bowl.
Oh, perfect. A bowl.
It's in two pieces.
Why did you do this? Was it already like this?
When you look at
Who's to
it,
say?
it clearly hasn't been broken. I mean, the statues were like the fountain statues and such were stone. Like all of this stuff was beautifully carved, but there was nothing else that wasn't like carved into it. And what you're looking at, this has not been broken. These two things are looks like possibly like as you're sort of like looking through the intricacies of it. This looks like something that might be able to like be put together.
The sphere. The letter from Titus. Or excuse me. No, it says Marcus the Wanderer.
Marcus the Wanderer is actually a Marcus the Wanderer is actually someone you know. That is a
Okay. That's a Yerbitan mage.
I think dead now, but was a Yerbitan mage back in the time.
The sphere's 6 wedges to enter the octahedron. The letter mentioned being gifted the sphere and taught to unite the pieces. Were these the only 2 pieces you found?
No, I found 2 more. No, yeah, yes, I only found the 2 pieces. Maybe one of the other statues have 2 pieces hidden somewhere.
Okay. I guess I will like. Can we grab those and unite them, or do they not stick if we push them together?
As you start
Maybe
messing with
they'll
it, it looks like they can go together, but I mean it's forming a portion. Like they come
Right.
together in sort of like a portion of a sphere.
Okay. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we do need a few more of these. We'll have to keep looking.
Okay.
I think there should be 4 more.
Yeah. And Steve, as you open up the doors into what used to be like an old barracks, you can see like a lot of it kind of ruined. However, there's a weird thing in like the middle of like an open like the in the middle of the area. There is a giant stack of like parchment.
Like loose leaves of paper just stacked.
Yeah, I mean the thing is mages have lots of parchment and such around, but it is sometimes it might be scrolls, might be other things, but it is tons of like what looks like ruined parchment sheets.
I'm gonna take a look at that for sure.
As you start to get closer, as you reach out, suddenly the things begin to move, and there's something inside of it rising up. Sounds like a good place to end for tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You want to let folks know where we can find you?
My name is Sarah. I'm Powerful Week 1 on TikTok and Powerful Week almost everywhere else.
Hello, I am Nessa. You can find me everywhere under Loch Nessa, LOCHNEASSA.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm the Dragon X on TikTok. You can find me on places like Beards and Barbarians, Ronin's Den podcast. Here, I'm everywhere.
I am Ibrahim. You can find me where Ibrahims are found.
All right. And I'm Michael, he, him. I'm Improv Jam just about everywhere, and we'll catch you later.
Bye.